Okay, so we're just going to start out by lying on our backs on the mat. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Just make a few small circles, maybe rolling side to side. And then from here, we're going to catch hold of the tops of the shins, so just below the knees. Draw the knees wide apart. So we're trying to squeeze the knees down towards the mat to either side of us. Feel that nice stretch through the insides of the legs here. Take a couple of deep breaths. And from here, we're going to parallel the feet off towards the ceiling, catch hold of the outside edges of the feet. And if you need to take a strap around your feet to help you do this, then go ahead. Again, we're just trying to squeeze those knees down towards the floor, either side of us here. And at the same time, keep pushing that lower back down into the mat now. If you're feeling a little looser, a little more open, then you can start to alternate straightening out through one leg and then the other. And this is just going to help you to work a little deeper into the hamstrings. Keep breathing fully, deeply here. Smooth inhales, controlled exhalations. And then from here, we're going to hug those knees back in towards the chest. Again, just rolling side to side. And then with control, start to roll up and down the mat. Now, each time you come out, up, I want you to straighten out through the spine. Push your chest towards the ceiling, towards the front of the room. And try to hover those feet off the floor. In a few moments' time, we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. So rolling forward now, coming onto hands and knees, and just taking a moment to check that our joints are stacked. So we have our wrists underneath the elbows, elbows under shoulders, and our knees are underneath our hips. Nice neutral spine. And as we exhale, we're going to push down into the hands, arch our spine up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, sinking belly down towards the mat. So just working with your own breath now, taking it really nice and slow. So using this as a chance to notice how your back is feeling as you move it in each direction. Couple more each way. And then coming back to that neutral spine, we're going to keep our knees where they are, but we're going to slide our hands forward. Keep the elbows hovering off the mat here, so you should feel a nice stretch across the armpits, shoulders, maybe across the upper back. Taking deep breaths with each inhale, think about lengthening through the spine. With each exhale, just relaxing a little more into the pose. Gently walking hands back up towards you. And from here, we're going to send the right leg out long down the mat. And we're going to stretch that left hand forward again, but this time our right hand is going to reach across for our right foot. Again, breathing nice and deep here. Couple more deep breaths. Now put that left hand down below your face. Inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling. And then on the next exhale, stretch that right arm out to the left. So you can see that straight line from my fingertips, down my arm, down the side of my body, and out through my straight leg. I'm gently pushing the outside edge of my right foot down into the floor here. And I'm actively reaching away with my arm. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to take that right arm now onto the leg. Inhale, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, stretching left arm, opposite direction. Again, feeling that nice stretch down the left side of the body now. And now switching sides. So we're going to send that left leg out long down the mat. Stretch your right fingertips forward and then reach across for that left foot with the left hand. From here, planting right hand down now. Inhale, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, stretching left arm away. Really reaching out through those fingertips, trying to maximize that stretch down the left side of the body. And then switching sides again. Inhale, right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, stretching towards the opposite side of the room. And then from here, planting both hands down to the top of the mat. Just step into a plank position. And then really slowly, we're just going to walk our feet up towards the top of the mat. Nice and gentle. Keep the knees bent if you need to. And then just catching hold of opposite elbows. We're just going to let the torso, the upper body, hang really nice and loose. Just gently rocking side to side. Neck is relaxed. So we're just starting to work into our first forward fold. If you need to bend the knees to make this feel more comfortable for you, then go ahead. Taking a couple more deep breaths. And then we're going to slightly bend the knees. Inhale, come to stand, reaching fingertips up towards the ceiling. Hook the thumbs. And just gently arch through the spine. On the next exhale, we're interlacing fingers behind the back. Roll those shoulders back, arms straight if you can. And then exhale, folding forward. Again, keep that neck loose and relaxed. This time we're thinking about those arms straightening out, trying to take the little fingers to the floor over our head. And then releasing both hands down to the top of the mat. Get those hands flat on the floor, even if this means bending your knees. And then from here, step back to a high plank position. On the next exhale, lower down through press. Inhaling, coming into our upward facing dog position, rolling the shoulders back, pushing the chest forward. And then as we exhale, we roll over the toes, pushing back to our downward facing dog. So we're going to stay here for 5 breaths, thinking about the heels moving down towards the mat behind us. Arms are straight to it, spreading our fingers nice and wide on the mat. And we're trying to push our belly towards our thighs. On the next inhale, we're going to step the right foot up towards the top of the mat. We're going to parallel both feet off towards the outside edges of the mat, come to stand. So both legs are straight, hands on hips. We're standing nice and tall here, taking a deep inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to hinge from the hips, folding forward. Thinking about lightly pressing down through the outside edges of the feet, and then releasing the fingertips down to the mat to help us draw ourselves slightly deeper into the pose. From here, we're going to plant our right hand down directly underneath our face. We're going to actively push down into the floor with that right hand. And then on the next inhale, send the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. So my left arm is reaching really nice and high up, at the same time as actively pushing down into the floor with my right hand. And this is just going to help me get that nice twist through the spine. Holding it for a couple more breaths. And then switching sides, planting that left hand down, actively pushing into the floor. Inhale, right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Couple more breaths here. And then bending the knees, coming to stand, hands on the hips. This time we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, roll those shoulders back again. Inhale, exhale, folding forward again. Make sure both legs stay straight and engaged as long as that feels comfortable for you. One more breath. And then just slightly bending the knees to come back to stand. Planting both hands down, top of the mat again, stepping back to our high plank position. We're going to exhale, lower through press. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling, pushing back, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. From here, we're going to step that right foot up towards the top of the mat again. Again, we're going to parallel both feet off towards the sides of the mat. This time, we're going to sink down nice and low on the left side. So if you can, you're going to try and get that left heel pushing down into the mat. But if you need to come up onto your toe tips, then go ahead and do that. You should be feeling a nice stretch through the inside of the right leg. And now with control and staying as low as possible, shift your weight over towards the right side. And then working your way back again. So we're just working nice and deep into the hips here. Moving side to side, trying to stay nice and low, using that strength in our thighs. One more each way. And then when we come over towards the right, we're going to plant both hands down, step back, high plank. From here, you're either going to drop your knees, or you're going to just stay as you are to lower yourself all the way down towards the mat with control. So coming to rest on your belly on the mat. And from here we're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders. Our legs are stretching long down the mat, toes pointed, slightly pushing the tops of your feet down into the mat. And then on the next inhale, breathing, curling up off the mat, trying to lift the chest nice and high. So here we're really using the strength in our lower back. Our hands are supporting, but we could almost hover them up off the mat. So we're not trying to come up as high as possible. We're just really working that strength in our lower back. Taking a couple more breaths. And then releasing down. Take the hands underneath the forehead, just gently rock side to side, pause for a moment here. We're going to stretch the arms out in front of us now, long away from us. Same thing again, inhale, reaching up, reaching forward. Trying to lift those arms nice and high, palms of the hands facing each other, and again, using that strength in our lower back here. And then releasing down, hands underneath the forehead, gently rock side to side. We're going to kick up those feet now. We're going to reach back and we're going to just catch hold of the tops of the feet so that we can squeeze them down towards the butt. So you might feel a pull through the quads, the fronts of the thighs as you're doing this. Just try to breathe through that. Take a few nice deep breaths. And then releasing feet away from you long. This time we're going to stretch the arms away from us, the legs away from us. On the next inhale, picking up both arms and legs off the mat. So squeezing the glutes, pointing the toes, breathing nice and deep here. Couple more breaths. And then releasing down, hands underneath the forehead, rock side to side. We're going to push back up to a plank position here. And then we're going to take our right knee up towards right wrist, right foot over towards the left side. Let that left leg stretch long down the mat. Just take a moment to check that your hips are pointing forward here. And then on the next exhale, think about sinking first belly, and then chest, and then either elbows, or if it's comfortable for you, forehead down onto the mat. If your forehead's resting on the mat here, then you can stretch those arms away from you. Draw yourself a little deeper into the pose. Just staying here for another 3 breaths. And then gently coming back up. Plant both hands down top of the mat. Tuck the left toes under. Step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. If this feels too strong through your left hip, then you can drop that left knee. Otherwise, you're going to keep that back leg straight and either stay here, just breathing into that hip, or roll onto the outside edge of that right foot and work your way down onto your elbows, but be really careful through the hip here. Coming back up now, everyone dropping that left knee and stretching right foot, right leg straight. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding into that leg. Really nice, strong stretch through that hamstring. coming forward, planting both hands down, stepping back, high plank, just switching sides now, so taking that left knee, left foot forward, stretching right leg long down the mat, and then on the next exhale, just softening, folding forward over that leg. Again, if you're resting on your forehead, the option is to stretch the arms away from you here, just help you draw yourself a little deeper down into the pose. And then gently coming back up, planting both hands down, tuck those right toes under, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Option to drop that right knee, or keep that back leg straight, keep pushing out through that back heel. Maybe rolling onto the outside of the left foot and just working your way down onto the elbows. And then gently coming back up, dropping that right knee, straightening out through the left leg, flex the left foot towards you. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, sinking, folding forward here. Rolling forward again. And stepping back to our high plank. Before just dropping to our knees, we're going to shift around, come to lie on our back again. And just finish up with a little bit of back bending, a bit of bridging. So hugging knees in towards the chest. And then releasing both feet down towards the mat. We're going to take the arms down by our sides. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes. Staying here for 5 breaths. And then coming down, hugging knees in towards the chest. We're going to do that one more time. But this time when you come up, you can either do the same as what you've just done, or interlace the fingers behind the back, roll onto the tops of the shoulders. Just get a little bit more height here. Again, taking a few nice deep breaths. And then softly coming down again, hugging knees in towards the chest. We're going to send that left leg long down the mat now. We're going to take the left hand onto the outside edge of the right knee. Just draw it all the way over towards the left side, the right fingertips reaching for the opposite back corner of the room. So feeling that nice gentle twist through the spine. You can either keep that right hand still or make some big circles with the arm, just really working into the shoulder as you do this. Few big circles one way, and then sweeping the arm back the other way. Try to keep those fingers in contact with the floor for as long as possible. And then rolling back, now sending right leg long down the mat, taking right hand to outside of left knee. Drawing yourself over to the opposite side, left fingertips reaching away. Again, either just staying still here or making a few big circles with the arm. Keeping fingertips along the floor for as much of this movement as possible. A few one way, and then a few the other way. And then whenever you're done with this, you're just going to roll onto your back again. Send both legs long down the mat, hands down by your sides. Just spend a few moments here, just allowing your body to completely relax, the fingers, toes to relax. Scanning your body for any tension that you might still be holding on to in any of your muscles, and just softening the breath, giving yourself a moment to completely relax and let go.